Well, if you are a multi-species angler like myself, as you can see, we're in the front of a big Pro V. And on the front, we have a Garmin Kraken. And I'm just gonna give you guys a little rundown on this Force Kraken. If you are familiar with the original Force, the beauty of this one is it operates very similar. Foot pedal has that nice fluid feel as if it's kind of one with your body. The quicker you move your foot, the quicker your head spins on the trolling motor. It's very sensitive, and it's very keen to little incremental moves, because we all know it's very important when you're scoping to really hone in on whatever target you're trying to acquire. So that was the first thing I was really happy to find out, is that it's very similar to the original Force. Same great capabilities with your anchor lock and your different features. We also have the same remote with the same capabilities, the gesture control, and that's super handy for covering a lot of water. So calibration, as far as orienting your anchor lock to sit you in position, same process. You run through that as you would the original Force. So everything is really similar. It's just this whole system is a pivot style trolling motor. The self-align, when you go to stow it, it's gonna self-align. That way, when you come up, you're not gonna bump your transducer. And since we're on the topic of transducers, this LiveScope Plus, the cable integrates right in to the shaft, which is really handy. It's one less cable you have to worry about running down the barrel of your shaft. That way you have a good clean install. You don't have some kind of separator arm, so you can slide your trolling motor up and down. This is just all integrated right into the shaft and comes out the head into the power. The stow and deploy on these is really smooth and seamless. This, you can't really see it that well in here, but the collar and this cog, this automatically falls right into place. So as soon as your motor tips over the front of the boat, it's gonna automatically fall right into place, and you can jump on the pedal and you're good to go. There's no waiting for it to spin and lock itself into place. It's just instantaneously ready to go. So it's really user friendly, and I really love that about this. This is a 2075 Pro V filled up with gas, a couple guys in here. This motor has plenty of snort. This is one of the most powerful trolling motors on the market, and this maneuvers the front of this boat flawlessly. Whether I'm muskie fishing, lake trout fishing, pan fishing, you name it, this definitely has plenty of power for this particular boat. So when it comes to your foot pedal and your remote, it's all Bluetooth, and it's pretty much the same pairing process as the original Force. You can either hardwire your pedal right into your unit if you would like. I like to run it wireless. It takes two AA batteries here. I might go through a set of AA's in a summer, might. I've never had a problem. If you need to, keep an extra couple pairs of AA's, but it's nice for being wireless. I can run the boat I can run the trolling motor from the back of the boat or with the remote. Being everything is wireless, there's no running cords anywhere. It all runs flawlessly anywhere in the boat. So that's nice if I want to guide some people, or someone's on the front of the boat and I just want to take a back seat. I can run the boat, someone can fish up here. So you have a constant, you have your anchor lock, you have your power, just like the old one. And you can see the similar bars. You have your green lights up here. As you roll your power on your trolling motor, you can see your green lights go up and down. Same indication as to how much power you're giving the motor. All the way up, all the way down. And when you turn the motor on and off, hold the off button. When you're done for the day, all good to go. You don't have to sync anything. Once you go to fire this motor back up, It'll run through its process. It'll connect to the foot pedal. It'll connect to the remote, and away you go. There's no button pressing or anything. After you've already done the initial Bluetooth pairing, you're good to go as soon as you turn that motor on. You can't see it, but it's the same color as the LEDs here. There is a green LED on top. You can't see it right now because it's high light, middle of the day, but when evening comes, they didn't want to make it super bright, so it was obnoxious at night. If you are doing some night fishing, sometimes LEDs can get a little too bright where you can't adjust them. They made this one about the right brightness, so it's not annoying at nighttime. So when it comes to stowing your motor, there is a nice bracket that kind of locks everything into place if you're on the move and you're headed to a new lake, or just loading up the boat to go to a new lake or a new spot or whatever it might be. Let's say it's a little choppy or the road's a little rough. There's a nice bracket here that holds everything tight, and it's really quite simple. It's pretty nice and handy. It pivots and then it's out of the way and it's there. You don't have to think about it. You can't lose it. It just keeps everything tight for when conditions get a little bit rough. The other handy thing about these trolling motors is, depending on what boat you have, you may have a 24 volt or a 36 volt power source. This one is capable of handling both. You can run it on 24 or the 36 volt. So I haven't spent a ton of time on this motor, but I have spent a lot of time with the original Force, years for that matter. And I can tell you right now that this operates very, very similar. And I've done a lot of fishing for a multitude of species, and it does wonders. It's a great motor, and I've had a lot of success with it over the last few years. And it's just only getting better with the LiveScope integrations. And you know, it's the same powerful brushless technology. I see nothing but good things for the future of the Kraken.